Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos!
Coming to you at the speed of sound. We are on the air at the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the 70th episode of the Velocity Chaos podcast. My name is Nick, and I am joined by my incredible friend and co-host, Luke.
Incredible indeed. I am here to save the day by introducing you guys to our tried, true, trusty DJ Who Dat.
Who Dat? How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me out this week.
Oh, we are pleasured and honored to have you here. Nick, what do we got today?
Pleasured. Above the table, below the table, we are pleasured to have you here. Just a reminder, before I get into that, I wanted to just go over what we're going to do today. We got some chest hair from Luke. He's going to just get some things off, get off that sternum, I just found something out. Had a lot of fun finding it out. We're going to do a round of Smarter Than a Podcaster hosted by DJ Who Dat. And then we're going to pitch a real-life movie, as in a movie based on a true story off the top of our heads. It's going to be amazing. So just a reminder that for our returning listeners, a note for our new friends. Here at the Velocity Chaos podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge, the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pig thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, or sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
But before we get into all that, just a reminder, follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, go on the YouTube, subscribe, watch us right now. You could have seen me walk up to the camera and look at it like, what's going on? And, on your favorite podcast platform of choice, leave us a rating and subscribe on those two. Whatever notifications, we really do appreciate it. We've seen the uptick in downloads over the last month especially, but consistency. So thank you guys so much for all that. We truly, truly appreciate your support.
All right, so we are going to do Make the Connection, which kicks off the top of each of our shows at this point. And this is it's a warm-up exercise that Luke and I do, but we invite everybody at home who's watching or listening to join in. Essentially, this is a word association exercise where we have to connect the dots between two words, free associating them. DJ Who Dat is going to roll some dice to give us the number of connections we have to make. Yep, and feel free to shout out just whatever comes to your head. Get your brain going out there. So what do we got first? So tell us our words.
You want to hear the words first?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to make the connection between alligators and video games.
Got it. And now he's going to roll the D6s.
Oh, yeah. Jiggle them.
We got 5.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. 5
connections between alligators and video games. I'll read the first word. That does not count as one.
Yes.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Alligators.
Reptiles.
Damn it.
This makes it a lot tougher. Especially now we only have 4 more.
People are going to get bored with us as we try to figure this out. But reptiles, I'm going to say
Something.
amphibians.
Toads. Into
Frogger.
video games.
Yeah. All right.
I was thinking we hit like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Battletoads.
Yeah, I was trying to think of whatever. I was just like, TMNT. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Frogger crept into my.
That was good.
Okay, we got it.
We had alleys we had ways to go.
Ways to get there.
If someone wanted to review that, I would allow them. It's a just thing to do for people to put out reviews. But I got some chest hair about reviews on this episode. Look at this chest hair. It's just growing. Oh, let me unbutton this one.
Zoom in on that.
You see this? A little bit of taco meat right there. That's right.
Smell it.
You can smell it. Yeah, oh, that's not good. I gotta brush it maybe. get the stank out and then condition it. Here we go.
Are there things out? Are there like chest hair brushes?
I don't have enough chest hair for that, but possibly.
But are those out? Do those exist?
Check out your local retailer for Velocity Chaos brand chest hair brushes.
Yeah.
And leave us a review or don't.
Or don't. No. So I got a problem with reviews, and not just reviews. It's the reviews. So I went to a burger joint, Checkers, today, and it's not the Checkers, Rally's Checkers. It's a different. It's like an independent one. It said we were just driving. This is out in Perry, I think, Perry or Madison, and we're driving. It says best burgers. Like, you got me hooked. I like burgers, so we pull in and get some burgers, and my God, those were some damn good burgers. This is not a recommendation station, but it's part of the previous recommendation station where I said, when you just see something, go give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Anywho, chest hair about reviews. It's not, my dad and I were just riffing because there are these reviews out there that would be, burger was juicy. What a great price. The fries were abundant and crispy. So good. Couldn't have asked for a better value. 2 stars. It's like, what are you doing? How can you write that review and then not give it 5 stars? There's so many of these stupid reviews out there. I see them all the time. Looking on Amazon, that's where you see the most of them. Oh, and I've always had not always, but over the last few years, I had the idea of doing loose reviews of reviews. Where I review people's reviews. So if you guys want to see that, let me know.
You'd have to have a chest hair about you reviewing reviews. It's just an infinite loop.
It's a never-ending loop. But you see those it's like, oh, I ordered a vacuum or a blender, and they're like, I got it, but I sent it back because I actually didn't need it. 1 star. Like, you didn't even try it. From the information you provided, you have not even tried the product. How can you rate it 1 star?
Yeah, you haven't even given it a chance yet.
Yeah.
I mean, so who are here's the question. Do you think people are trolling at that point, or do you think these are legitimate just Karen type people, or is it something totally
is it oblivious people that don't know, or it could be trolls? Trolls are... That's the problem with democracy. We give everyone a voice.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a whole different rant. No, I'm not saying... No, I'm not. Yeah. But anyways, just like then you get the reviews. It's like, oh, I got it. I thought the blue was going to be a different blue. 3 stars. Works great, though. It's perfect for what I need. It's like the color difference is a 2-star knockoff compared to people that are just wanting to know if you're getting a ladder that locks and stuff. Does it lock? Do you get it locked in? And once it's locked in, are you safe to walk across it and stuff like that? Like,
yeah, that'd be like dating Oscar Pistorius and being like, yeah, he's a really nice guy. Like, really takes us out there, but. He really sucks at leg workouts. You know what I'm saying? like he didn't have any. You can't judge a guy off of that.
He always skips leg day. Oh my God, it's infuriating. Like you go to or if you're looking on Yelp or something for reviews, like people.
Tell me about your thoughts on Yelp. Because have you heard about like the way that they like hold people's like scores hostage? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, it's stupid.
They hold them hostage.
It's too much power.
But you've okay. So like I'll tell DJ who dat.
Yeah.
So like Yelp will pretty much like they goose their algorithm to promote negative reviews on your restaurant or whatever, and then they'll like email you and say, hey, like if you pay us some money, like we will like change our algorithm to promote all the good reviews at the top. And people are like, so wait, like, and people have done the research and essentially like you have more good reviews, but like the bad reviews are pushed to the top because Yelp is trying to like hold the public opinion hostage.
Oh,
I've heard the same with
a huge controversy,
like blackmail.
Yeah. It's like the BBB, Better Business Bureau. Mm-hmm. It seems like they do similar things.
Do they? I thought they were always kind of like a good. I thought they were better than that.
I don't know. They may or may not be, but then if you're a Better Business Bureau bona fide certified person or business, then then you get the rub.
You rubbed the wrong way.
But that is one of my biggest things with people actually review. I think reviews are very helpful. But they've become very difficult to sift through more recently. Is because there's companies like, oh hey, you buy a workout bench or something, leave us a review and we'll send you an ab roller or something. Like, so people just want free stuff, and so they're works good, whatever, 5 stars. It's like, or it's okay, 5 stars. Like what that's not helpful at all to what I need to look at or to make my decision based off of it. There's no amount. And then you got people that go on too long and stuff. It's like there needs to be some sort of system that's like, okay, what is the product? What did you get it? What purpose did you get it for? Kind of maybe what's your experience level with this? Kind of like, what experiences did you have? And it's just it's too big of a freedom playground for it to be effective right now.
How do you tag your reviews? Like, how do you, like, if you were to review something, or not say it, you review something, but if you're like, hey, I want this product, I really want something, but I really want to check out the reviews. Like, what's your method for digging through them?
Usually it's like, let's just say it's, I bought this camera, something. Yeah. That one was a big purchase because, I sifted through reading a lot and found out that it's what the Lumix S5 or something. And like, so it has like the same sensor as the S1H or something, but like it's like dialed back and stuff. But yeah, that one I went through a lot of sifting, and that was like a multiple month process of doing it, like seeing how it works, like, and then kind of looking for reviews that are over a period of time, like seeing how people feel it was, like, how was it having this for 6 months? Was it effective and stuff like that? And so something like bigger like that, but I don't know. I'm looking at these hand warmers or something. Like,
if you had to summarize like your top 3 things that you don't like about reviews, what are they?
Inaccuracy. Just
okay.
People not even.
I got those nice like racks from Amazon.
Yeah.
And people were giving it like 1-star, 2-star reviews because they didn't know how to put them together.
Yeah. Don't put your inability and your lack of mechanical skills into this review because you're inept at it. I don't know what I just said, but don't try to knock a product because you're lame in inept at putting it together, or what I don't know what I'm trying to say at that point.
Okay. So the first thing is like inaccurate reviews.
Yeah, inaccurate. People typing out a review and then the rating is different than the actual review. Like, you just get a different vibe. Like, you'd read like I said, like, oh my God, this product works great, and then it's like 2 stars. Like, what?
Yeah.
What? In what world?
So like misappropriation of stars.
Yeah, misappropriation of stars, and I mean, it's really those big 2. I don't know about a third one.
Okay.
But like, it's just people not doing that. Don't even get me started on unboxing videos.
Oh, no. It's
a whole different thing.
I don't know, man. Like, unboxing videos. Well, see, the thing about unboxing videos is like they're not even really a review, right?
Yeah, you're just taking it. Okay, I got this cord came with it.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like it did have a second battery. Okay. This is the cap for this is blue. Look at that. Okay. It's like, what? I already took it out of the box. Yeah. Like, I know what's it. Yeah. Like, how has that become a thing of unboxing? Well, how are people getting famous off unboxing? I can see if you're testing it and you're running it through the ringer, like, hey, I'm gonna, use this hammer. Does it hammer nails well? Yes. Does it? Can you use the claw side to pull nails out? Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Get this hammer. What's the weight of it? Like, how does it feel in the hand? How's the balance? Not, oh, I took this hammer out of the package. All right, here's my hammer. Like, that's also something that gets me.
All right. Well, I mean, boxing videos, they don't do much for me. True tech and gear reviews do help me out a lot. Like, yeah. But see, that to me isn't much of a review as much of a spec comparison, which is, I think, helpful. So yeah. I'd like to drill down into this of understanding which ones are acceptable and which ones are not, because there should be like a consumer voice, like
There definitely should.
because if there wasn't one, then it would just would be marketing, and tricking us, spending money to get us convinced. But especially in tech, but at the same time, camera views at this point are almost like totally like unreasonably useless.
Yeah.
Because most of them in the same price points do the same thing.
Yep.
And unless you're like really going for something very specific and it's not on camera, then like why? Like
Yeah. Unless you have a specific reason, or you have friends that have similar cameras, so you want to be able to interchange lenses and stuff like that. But yeah, it is. There needs to be. Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to put out the review guidelines for the world.
Reviews.
Yeah, I just need to start reviewing reviews, and then maybe I'll change the way reviews are reviewed, or products are reviewed, I should say. Well,
I mean, hey man, it's good, but there's a lot of people out there working hard to start small businesses. A lot of little companies out there, But I did want to mention another thing. For a limited time, you can have your precious delicacies protected for half the cost. And this company doesn't even allow reviews. Like, they censor reviews everywhere. You heard me right, except on Velocity Chaos Podcast. We vouch for them. You heard me right. Company is now offering 50% off precious delicacy protection for Velocity Chaos listeners. Actually, you don't even have to listen. All you have to do is use the code VCPOD50 for 50% off precious delicacy protection for your first 3 months. So if you want that extra peace of mind for your precious delicacies, get the absolute best precious delicacy protection with Company. This is not an actual product service idea, just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there's something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product service idea. Okay, Ben. That was great.
That was a great ad.
Hopefully people aren't reviewing us.
Great ad. 4 stars.
Great
Perfect
addition to this. 2 thumbs way up. I like 2 thumbs way up because, like, what the hell does that mean? Guys, I just found something out.
I want to know what you found out.
Well, I just found this out. Niagara Fallers. Notice how it's not falls, but fallers. I was recently up in Canada, and we stopped by Niagara on our way back, and I found out some absurd facts about people who have gone over Niagara Falls. Okay? I know it's happened. In general, I know the barrel.
In the barrels,
blah,
right?
blah, blah, right? But it gets a lot crazier than that.
Is it?
I'm about to blow your mind with some stuff, all right?
You weren't talking to any police up there by chance, were you?
You're not allowed to. Disappear.
They know a lot about DJ Houdat. He's wanted up there.
So Niagara Falls has seen a lot of visitors. And I'm not talking about, the people from other countries who want to see one of the greatest natural wonders on the planet. I'm not talking about the photographers that are looking for that one image that's going to define our perception of natural power. I'm not talking about the dumb little families with all the babies with poop in their pants that are just like trying to get family pictures. I'm talking about the people who visit the falls up close and personal. And I'm definitely not talking about the people in the boats.
No, not the maids of mists.
I'm talking about the people who feel every drop of water and every edge of every rock on the way down. I'm talking about Niagara Fallers. Okay? Guys, the first person to survive was a woman.
Hey, look at that.
Go women.
And they say they can't do anything. Look at them doing stuff.
Wait, who says that?
Women always say that they can't do anything. I'm like, empower the women.
Well, Annie Edison Taylor felt very empowered. She was a 63-year-old school teacher who was like, I bet you if I go over those falls, people think I'm awesome and people will pay me money and I won't have to live in squalor anymore. She went over the falls. She still lived in squalor.
Oh. Well, we here think she's awesome.
She's, thank you.
That is
DJ Houdat, you know who that is.
Yeah.
That is an iconic, the first kind of recorded person to go over and survive was Annie Edison Taylor, 63
that they know of.
Yeah, okay.
There's probably
this
they
was
tried
in
to
1901.
execute people.
Okay, this was in 1901, right? So they started recording who was going over the falls in 1850, right? And no one had survived for 50 years as they started recording it. And then Annie's like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. She's wearing like a dress, like she's 63, very prim and proper, and there's a photo of her just standing by the barrel she went over in. It was like an oak wine barrel, like that was like probably like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
She just hopped in there, like total freewheeled it.
That's scary. Do they put a cap on it, or is it?
I would assume so. See, that's like a double-edged sword, though, right? You're in it. It's got a cap. Water starts coming.
Yeah. What if it fills up?
Like, all right, we're really gonna nail you in there. Like you'll be real secure. It's like it didn't seal it properly. It just leak it sticks to the bottom. Well, we never found the barrel. No, Annie Edison Taylor, 63-year-old school teacher. All right, cool.
She was like, I've had a good life. If I die, that's fine.
She's like, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah. That was her first failed suicide attempt.
So that's the thing I wanted to get into. I'm going to save the numbers because they're jaw-dropping. So I'm just going to go some famous riders, okay? We're going to talk some about famous riders. First guy to do it, recorded, 1911, 10 years later. Bobby Leach made it.
10 years. It took him 10 years to get the guts and the courage.
Yeah. I think this guy did it in like a big metal thing that he like actually constructed for the stunt. So like it wasn't just like, hey, watch what I can do. Woo.
Some padded walls.
Yeah, like Stewie. Watch what I can do.
Yeah. look at
Yeah. Like there's a picture of that guy, and it had like a hatch and everything. Like it was.
He's either going to space or over Niagara Falls.
He was the Jeff Bezos of his time. He's like, oh, you're going over Niagara Falls in a barrel? Watch this. Like, and so he did the same thing. He made it. Next kind of like recorded big kind of like try was Charles Stevens, 1920, 9 years later. Fatality.
Oh.
This is crazy, right? They found the contraption that he was in. It had his arm still inside it.
Oh, Jesus.
Because like I guess the idea is that you put ballast in the bottom of the thing so that it keeps you upright, right? And then you go over, you tumble around, you get to the water. Yeah, like a fishing bobber, right? And then you're like sitting straight up in the water, right? Apparently when he went over, and probably the violence of just like tumbling through everything, the ballast, which he was probably sitting on, like came loose and from the force, like exited the contraption or the barrel or whatever, and just took him with it. And I think his arm was strapped in, and it just freaking tore it off.
It's like a human Play-Doh extruder.
Just squeeze him out.
So Charles Stevens, fatality.
Wow.
Jean Lussier, probably a Canadian, 1928. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do we got here? Gladiator style.
Yeah.
Made it? All right, who made it? Yeah, he made it.
Yeah.
This guy created like this giant, I could just imagine this weird ass thing. It was a giant contraption where he was like in the middle, and then it was like a frame around it, and then the cartridge in the middle had all these metal springs that were like kind of like keeping it in place. And then that whole thing was wrapped in rubber. So
what is that, a Zorby or a Zorb?
A Zorby. So yeah, Jean Lussier made it. Big ball with steel springs.
Zorbing, yeah. He did that, but out of metal.
Yeah.
Those giant balls.
Yeah. Just with giant metal. Which it probably like was just like just like a huge thing that just like he's like sitting there drinking a cup of tea. He's just like, oh, I wonder if I'm down yet. Just like,
it just rolls over
just like,
slowly.
Like just like cemented into the ground. Okay, so that was like early stuff, but I also wanted to like flip it over because there's like a lot of people in between. The list could go on and take forever.
Yeah.
So I wanted to flip it over and talk about like the most recent ones, right? An unnamed person, undisclosed, in 2019. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do we think? 2019 was the latest person to like be documented.
Unnamed? I would say no, because they got mangled or something.
Thumbs down from Luke. DJ Who Dat? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm gonna go thumbs down.
He made it.
No.
How do we know? How do you know it's a he?
They didn't disclose the name, but they did disclose that it was a man. This guy apparently like was out like on a bridge. The police were notified of like a serious case, I can't remember, someone in a distress case, and they went out to try to get him, and they were late.
No.
To put it bluntly. He went in the water and he went over, and like they're like, well, get the fish, get the boats out, like, you know,
Get the hook.
get the hook.
Grab.
We gotta go find them. They're like, just wait till the morning.
And this is no barrel?
Nothing.
Nothing. It can be done.
They go down there the next day at the bottom of the falls to like find the body, and he's just like sitting on a rock.
It's like, what you guys looking for? Eating a peach or
It would
something.
be amazing if that man was just like, I've seen the light, like I'm okay, like I know what I did wrong, and just turned his life around.
Waterfalls are scary. I
They're
don't.
freaking scary.
So I did some creek wading and doing a creek walk, Tinker's Creek, and they do have this like waterfall. It's, you know, from level to level, it might be like 2 feet, and but like it's coming
Tinker's
down.
Creek, I've been down there.
Yeah. So we were down there kind of just past the waterfall, and one guy, he's like still up top, and he rides it, goes over, he shoots underneath, and we're waiting like 5 seconds. He disappears, and we're like looking around, like, okay, where the hell is he? He appears behind us, like down the river, like
God.
10, 15 feet. It's like, how'd you get over there?
Wow.
Like so they just have to be eroding the rock or riverbed, you know, beneath it from all like so I wonder how deep it is there at like the base of Niagara Falls.
I was gonna say, because isn't the trouble with waterfalls is that you get stuck in them? You just get tumbleweeded.
You're bouncing off rocks.
Yeah, you just get cheese grated underneath the wall.
Cheese grated.
That's why I thought this unnamed person was fatality, because they couldn't tell who it was.
No, this was this guy made it, which is just incredible. So all right, like let me hit you with a few more, and then I got some jaw-dropping stats. 2017, Kirk Jones went over the Kirk Jones.
Sounds like a badass.
So
Sounds like a real Benny.
yeah, so this guy went out in 2017. That was like the next one down from like going backwards.
Okay.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, Kirk Jones. Of course, Kirk Jones did it. He was all-star quarterback.
Kirk Jones,
High school
Jones,
football
or
team.
high school, varsity hockey player.
Yeah.
Homecoming king.
Kirk Jones
Kirk
was
Jones.
not strong enough. Fatality.
He couldn't prove himself.
This guy, not a jumper, he went out in the Zorby.
Oh, for real.
He thought this was going to be smart, right?
I think it was.
He put in up ahead of the water. He put in first problem. Somehow the way the water was moving and the way the position that he was where the top of the falls was, he got stuck. And the Zorby just kept like spinning around, right?
He died from getting dizzy and vomiting,
just
and then
vomiting and
and
choking
then
on
just
his own
dehydrated
vomit.
himself.
First man to jump the falls, but didn't jump the falls and died.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like spinning around and like then like finally went over. And they like went to get the Zorby because like the Zorby made it.
Oh, nice. See, it can work.
But when they found it, he wasn't in it.
Ooh.
So I think my theories are twofold. There's two theories. One, he got thrown, which I think that'd be pretty hard. Those things are pretty hard to get out of, right? If you don't want to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two, I think he got stuck in the rapids, was spinning around, is taking on water, and he's like, I'm either gonna drown or I gotta go over like total, like naked, right? And so I think he like had to make that choice, and he tried, and he got out, and like then was like thrown from it, right?
Yeah.
Went over the falls naked, right? Because they didn't find his body. They found his body like 20 kilometers north, like on Lake Ontario.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
He just roller coastered down there.
Kirk was a great quarterback, but a terrible Zorbian.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
If I stay in the Zorby.
If I stay in the Zorby and hold my breath, that actually would have been the only play, I think, out of that.
Or his skin just got, shredded. Like it's like a massive rug burn, but like plastic burn, and he just got filleted over and over in the Zorby.
Like Frank, just like
Yeah, down the water sled.
So finally, I'll just do one more. 2012, another unnamed man went over the falls.
Down. I gotta go with the same theories. Unnamed.
Yeah, I'm with Luke on this one.
You guys are rough. This thumbs up. He made it. He made it.
Why don't you want to be known?
Yeah.
It's probably unknown because the mountains
Badass.
show up and be like, "You're not gonna be famous."
Yeah. You're badass.
And Annie holds that title, boy.
So we'll get into that in a second because I have a theory about that too. But this guy deliberately jumped into Niagara River after climbing over a railing and went over the falls. Completely just over, like nothing on him. 40-year-old. He's the fourth person to survive going over the horseshoe.
Midlife crisis.
Without anything protecting him. And he suffered broken ribs, both collapsed lungs, and just lacerations all over the place.
Hey,
so
geez.
the other guy was just chilling on a rock, and the other guy picked the wrong lane because like he got pretty beat up.
Oh, man.
All right, so let me just finally wrap this up because this is what blew my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back in the day, 1850, they're like, let's start recording how many people like go over the falls. Like, let's just try to do that, right? And I'm like, all right, looking at this list on Wikipedia, I'm like, maybe 50 people have like gone over the falls, right? In 150, 172 years, right? You guys want to take a wild guess? And I'll give you the thumbs up or the thumbs down from where you're at of guessing. And we'll figure out together how many people since 1850 have gone over Niagara Falls. So put out a guess.
I would say maybe like 5 a year. So give me a second on some quick math. So that's almost 200 years, 180 years. So 360 people.
Thumbs up.
That's good guess. Oh no,
Like
it's higher.
thumbs higher.
Oh, it's higher. You want DJ
I'm
who
gonna-
dat?
My first guess was gonna be 400. I figured 400 would go big.
Yeah.
Yeah, 400.
Thumbs up higher.
Oh no.
Get out.
Yeah, over
Since
400.
when? Since 18.
Since 1850.
This is 1,000.
Thumbs up higher.
What? How?
You said 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 20,000. Just
Okay, lower.
Astronomical. All right, 1 million.
yeah, 1 million people. We just dump people over the falls.
All right. I got. Yeah, you go.
I thought this was how you get to
maybe
Canada.
Okay, we'll go 2,500.
Thumbs up higher.
Higher.
I'm just getting tired. Come on, boys. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
All right. 30. Wait, did you say
20.
2,500.
2,500. I say
30,000.
3,000.
Thumbs up higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
Your enthusiasm.
We're at 3,000.
Like 7,500.
Lower.
Okay. We're ballparking this one.
Lower. Yeah. Lower than 7,500. Over 3,000.
Over 3,000. 3,900. There's no
Thumbs
way.
up higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
Higher than 39.
5,000.
It's 5,000.
Is it 5,000?
5,000 people since 1950, 172 years, 5,000 people have gone over Niagara Falls.
Oh.
That's 30 people a year. That's crazy.
That should be a sport.
Yeah.
Why
Red
isn't
Bull.
that-
Yo, Red Bull.
Yeah. Why isn't this in the Olympics
30
every year?
30 people go over Niagara Falls every year. That's nuts.
Wow.
And you know what I hear? This ties into what you were saying, DJ Hudat. This is my theory. I think because it is one of the most trafficked and oddest and dirtiest and weirdest tourist towns and tourist traps in the world, I think.
Really?
I think they just keep that shit quiet. I think that
Yeah,
they
you don't hear
go
anything.
out of their way. It doesn't appear in the news. And I think Canada and the US are like handshake, like
Yeah.
we're both making money on both sides of this ball. Let's just keep it hush hush. I think that's it.
They're just like radio. Canada, we got a jumper. He's going over the phone. Okay, we'll pick this one up. No problem. You get the
they
next one.
Was he an American? Yeah. All right, we got him. Like they pick up whatever citizenship it is. It's like the other government grabs them, and then just the day disappear.
That's how they get like science experiment people. They're just like, oh, this one's going to Canadian research.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah. So they calculated it. That another staggering number. Only 25% of people who go over make it. So
that's
one
pretty
in
good.
4.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but 1 in 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like them odds.
I think we need to send 5,000 people over at once
Just
and then see who
get the
makes
data.
it. Yeah.
Get the data. Survival of the
just-
fittest.
Yeah.
Look, the one other thing I found out is like no matter what you're going over, it's never comfortable. And like people have broken jaw, broken arms, like in protected stuff, they always come out with something banged up. And so I was also thinking about that. Like, all right, you're in a barrel. Like, how do you brace that for that?
Yeah.
Are you just like in the fetal position, just like walled up? Or are you like trying to brace yourself? Because that's asking for a broken
You
arm.
need complete like a hold on you, like in get into like foam that's not gonna move you, and
Yeah.
it has like complete.
I want to be an inflate. I want to be the Michelin man. I want to be
Yeah.
that guy because like I don't want to be latched into anything because I don't want to drown. If you could ask me what's like the least popular way of going, it'd be drowning for me.
Yeah.
And so like I'd rather be bouncing around in something dressed as the Michelin Man than like strapped in and be like, you're gonna be fine. We'll just lock your head in and everything will be cool. And then you're like,
We're gonna only lock you in by the head.
I made it. Like no scratches, no nothing. And then you're just like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Discovery Channel, because whoever is coming up with these inventions, I mean, how many people is that a month? So 30 a year, so roughly 3 people a month, right?
Yeah.
Like 30 a year.
To 2 and change. I mean, think of how many experiments. It's like doing the egg drop experiment in middle school, where you got to build it out of straws and drop the egg and it doesn't crack. Like,
Yeah.
what are people coming up with to go down? Like, all right, we tried the Zorby. That didn't work.
Yeah.
We tried the barrel. All right, who's got a couple folding tables and some frisbees? We're gonna strap those in my chest.
See how far you can fly down. Maybe you can just avoid the rocks altogether. I take it that this is like illegal to do.
Yeah.
Like there's no one that plans on doing this publicly.
No one's. I mean, I think a lot of it's, unfortunately, the majority of people who are jumping in and going over the falls are trying to commit suicide. That's
Not cool.
It's kind of rare. I mean, you got Kirk, like trying to plan it out, but
Who? Kirk Jones.
Kirk Jones. So yeah, that's but that's it, man. I learned a lot. I learned a lot visiting. It was crazy.
Yeah. Some people, like, what's her name? Annie Edison Taylor. That's she had some balls.
Annie Edison Taylor.
She had bigger balls
No,
than
she didn't, man. She had a vagina.
That's right. Because she can do it.
She did.
That's right. And so let's move on to the next segment. Not do you have bigger
gonna start
balls
doing
than
that.
Annie Edison Taylor?
I'm gonna be like, if it's a woman, she had labia.
Major
If he was a guy, he had balls.
major
Seriously,
labia
why
folds.
not? Yeah, why not? Like that's like if we're gonna be like powerful. I mean, like
Major roast beef
being
flaps.
married, been learning. Being married, I've learned a lot about bleeding. And I'm just like, that thing can handle that 12 times a year. Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't have the stones for that.
We don't.
I don't have the oaves for that.
Yeah.
We don't have the
bleed out
oves.
we don't bleed out of our balls. Like imagine if we had to
Wait,
bleed
you
out.
don't?
Man, period.
Imagine if we had to do that like 12 times a year. I'd be crying.
Are we tougher than women? No. But are we smarter than podcasters? Let's find out here on Volume 4.
Walking that razor's edge.
Segue. Welcome to Are You Smarter Than the Podcaster? Yeah. With our participants, Luke and Nick, on the Velocity Chaos podcast. Fellas, I have a couple questions for you today.
Oh, hopefully it's around 10.
Coincidentally, you'd be correct.
Hey, that's a point.
All right. Let's start it off with something at home, something in the United States. Bismarck is the capital of what state?
Question, Nick, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so I'll be odds, you be evens.
Bismarck.
Not to be confused with the singer Bismarck. Bismarck.
Wait. I need a second.
I do know it. And as soon as I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna.
But,
Yeah.
But can I think of it? Is the question.
Dang, dude, I'm gonna be so ashamed.
I'm gonna go for it. North Dakota.
I'm gonna go. Oh man, dude, you're killing me right out the gate. I'm gonna go. Oh man.
The funny thing is, like last week, I was like, I'm just gonna look at the 50 states and learn their capitals, just because I know DJ Houdat's gonna hit us with some geography.
Good old geography, buddy. It's the 50.
I'm gonna say South Dakota.
Wow, hitting it the Dakotas. Luke, you would be correct with North Dakota.
Ooh, baby.
North Dakota is actually home to the Lewis and Clark Memorial, because those gentlemen actually explored North Dakota prior to it even being founded. So, all right, moving on. Number 2, keeping it at home again, another U.S. question. In which wing of the White House is the Oval Office located?
The West Wing.
I would also say West Wing, just because of that TV show. That's the only.
We're probably gonna be wrong because
yeah.
I've never watched it.
It is correct. It is the West Wing of the White House.
Nice. Nice.
All right, moving on. Let's take it international, shall we? Someplace we're very fond of. Let's take it down to Australia. What percentage of Australia is classified as desert? This is a multiple choice
Oh,
question.
sweet. Okay.
This is multiple choice. Maybe we should start with that.
Okay.
Is it A, 67%, B, 35%, C, 19%, or D, 88%? What percentage of Australia is classified as desert?
So this is me. I'm going to say, I feel like it's like all the middle. It's like the whole middle is desert. And I'm torn between 88 and 67. I'm going to go 67 though.
D, 88.
88 and 67. You both would be incorrect.
Oh.
The answer is B, 35%.
Wow, we overcommitted on that one.
Yeah.
Would have given you bonus points if we would have named the biggest one. The biggest desert in Australia is the Great Victoria Desert.
Oh, so if you said the Great Victoria Desert while you were answering that question, you give yourself a bonus point.
She's a dusty bee.
Yeah.
It spans over 700 kilometers, which with conversion
Yeah.
is far more than 7 miles.
Yeah. At least.
At least 7 miles. Moving on. Number 4. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth? For the ladies. Who was the Who was the first woman on Earth? According to, there's a lot of typing going on over there, Luke.
I'm putting the
We sandbagging?
but no.
That's a great question.
According to Greek mythology, who
That's
was
a
the
great
first
question.
woman on
Who
Earth?
dat? Oh man, first woman on Earth. Dude.
Dids.
Dudes, hold on, dudes. It was. I think I know the name. No, I don't know the name. I'm not.
Come on, think in middle school classes, boys. Come on.
I know. I read Percy Jackson. Damn it.
I only remembered North Dakota. These are some tough ones. I like it.
Persephone. I'm just gonna guess Persephone.
I'm gonna go biblical on this one and just say Eve.
We cannot give you any points for Eve, Luke. It's a different kind of mythology. Anyway, final answers. Eve and, was it Persephone?
Yeah.
Nick, that's a very good guess. You'd be incorrect. It's Pandora.
All
that was
right.
my second guess.
Oh.
Also,
I was in the wrong mythology.
That was my second guess. I was literally battling between the two. All right, gosh.
also your favorite early 2000s radio.
Yeah.
I still use Pandora over Spotify.
Moving on to number 5, taking to a different segment of the world. Forgive me if I butcher this. Jana Gana Mana is the national anthem of which Asian country? This is a multiple choice question. I'll repeat it. Jana Gana Mana is the national anthem of which Asian country? A, is it Indonesia? B, Thailand? C, South Korea? Or D, India?
It's yours, right?
Yeah, it's mine. I'm going to say Thailand.
I'm going to say Indonesia.
Have you guys ever been to Thailand? Or
Never.
Indonesia?
No.
Okay, that's good because the correct answer is D, India.
No.
Getting hammered today.
All right. We're gonna bring it back to a country we're all familiar.
And I'm going to need some spelling for that Jana Gana Mana.
We'll put it in the show notes for you. All right, moving on to number 6. This is a true or false question. So 50% shot here if I can get it out. The first episode of The Crocodile Hunter was filmed during Steve Irwin's honeymoon. True or false?
True.
I would just go with true because of the ridiculousness of it. Like how specific it is.
I think I remember him telling that story on the show.
Crikey, mate, you'd both be correct.
Sweet.
Steve Irwin and Terry actually spent their honeymoon traveling around Australia trapping crocodiles for relocation during their honeymoon, which is so on brand.
I love Steve. But did you ever think that like Terry was just like, smile for the camera, girl. Smile for the camera.
She loved him for who he was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it.
She raised 2 beautiful kids that still do the same thing he did.
What's the other one? Bindi, and is the other one Bo, the boy?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Bindi and the other one.
Why is Bindi memorable and the other kid, he does more? I think he actually does more.
He does.
He does the work and she does the dancing.
He's very charismatic. I've seen him on the Robert Robert Irwin.
So Bob
Bob Irwin. He goes on those late night shows, and he just has that same energy as Steve did.
He's got a pretty big following on the old Instagram. If you don't follow Robert Irwin on Instagram, I do recommend it. This is not a recommendation station. Even if you thought it was, it's not.
That guy's got to be a stud. Or is one already.
Yeah. What a hunk.
Yep. All right, moving on to number 7. Coming back to the U.S. Great U.S. of A. Number 7. Who was the U.S. president in office during World War I?
Who's the U.S. Who was the U.S. president during World War One? Which one? Is there only one?
Which U.S. president was president during World War I?
The Great War.
1914, 1918.
I'm gonna say I'm terrible with presidents except for John Quincy Adams. That's like the only one I
Swished it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Truman.
Ooh, that's a good one. For our aggregate score, I'm gonna say Herbert Hoover.
Final answers.
Should I go with Woodrow
Boo.
Wilson?
Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
What was your answer, Luke?
Truman.
Truman
I'm
and
going to Hoover.
Truman and Hoover. Your second instinct would have been correct. It was Woodrow Wilson.
Oh.
Fun fact about Woodrow Wilson, he was also alive during the Civil War. Him and his mother actually tended Confederate soldiers. Man, you got to go with that. Got to follow that instinct.
Dude,
We're trying here, okay?
What's our count up to? How are we doing right now? How are we doing?
3 in the aggregate.
3 in the aggregate. Okay. All right, moving on. We got 3 more left.
We can bring this back up over 50.
I was gonna say we gotta let's bump these numbers up.
Oh,
here.
I might be wrong about that, but okay, we'll figure it out.
All right, number 8. This is a multiple choice question. What record company started life as Tamla Records, founded by Berry Gordy Jr. in 1959? Was it A, Motown, B, Domino, or C, Atlantic?
What was the name of the original one?
What company started its life as Tamla Records? It was
Tamla
Records, founded by Berry Gordy Jr.
Oh, Junior. Oh, that throws everything off.
I'm going to say C, Atlantic Records.
Oh, that's what I was leaning towards, but like I seriously have no idea. I'm going to go with Domino.
That's a tough day. It was A, Motown.
Get the hell out.
Coming out scorched earth out here, boys. Let's see if we can get this up to 50% here.
Yeah.
This was bad.
Moving on to number 9. Also a multiple choice question. Let's see how we do. All right. What was the top grossing movie of 2014? Was it A, The Hunger Games, Mockingjay, B, The Lego Movie, C, Captain America Winter Soldier, or D, Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's me. I'm going to go with Mockingjay. Hunger Games.
I'm going to say the Lego Movie.
Final answers.
Final answer.
Yep.
It's Captain America.
And your second instinct would be incorrect. It is D, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Getting hosed.
I thought people loved that stupid Hunger Games movie.
No, man. Those movies are made for like 80 mil. Like, they don't do nothing.
Yep. The box office on that was $772.8
billion.
It was made for $232 million.
Hell yeah.
All
That's
right.
real money.
All right, fellas. Let's end it on a good note here. This one.
2 plus 2.
Let's bring it back to movie trivia one more time. Number 10, the famous line, "Here's looking at you, kid." It's from what 1942 film? Bonus points if you can name any of the 2 leads.
Give me a second.
Okay, I got it.
Give me a second here.
Do you want me to? Is it mine or yours?
It's yours, so I don't want to be tainted.
It's Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca.
Okay, well, I have no idea. Well,
I could be totally wrong.
yeah, but you're not.
I don't know. We could be. Nick, you want to
I don't know.
cover the spread here?
I don't know. What, 1942 is that?
It's a Wonderful Life, John Wayne.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Nick, bringing it home on a good note. It was Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and you do get bonus points. You get 2 because you.
I beat you. No.
Yeah, but that's because you cheated there at the end.
Bring it
You didn't
above
give me a
50.
chance.
Very good, fellas. Very good.
Yeah.
You answered too
Aaron,
quick. I said, give me a second to think about it. And then I couldn't think about it. So then I had to throw up a toss-up answer because I didn't want to steal your answer.
Okay, gotcha. We got 5 points. We got 5 questions right. If you're out there listening in, be honest. Do it right. Tabulate your scores. Send them into us, velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if you are participating in our trivia. We're happy to keep track of your score, add you to the leaderboard. We will be really happy if there's people smarter out there than us, because that was horrendous.
I'm sure there's a good amount of you out there that are smarter than us. And you know what? That means you got the stuff, which leads me to my next point, which is the stuff. The stuff has all the goods in it. That's right. It's got the goods, which means it has vitamins, minerals, natural essences, unnatural flavors. It's got it all. The stuff has been safely tested on humans, animals, and probably even aliens. The stuff is tried and true. When I'm feeling angry, tired, and melancholy, the stuff picks me right up and sends me on my way feeling better than ever. Wait, maybe I've just been going through some withdrawals. Anywho, get 30% off your next shipment of the stuff using code VCPOD30 at checkout. This is not an actual product, service, or idea, just in case you thought it was. It's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Woo-woo. All right.
We're dumb.
But we're good at being creative, and that's what this whole next segment is totally about. Based on a true story. For those of you returning listeners, you will know this segment. It's something that we do on a regular basis. For newcomers, welcome to the writing room. Luke and I are about to pitch a movie completely made off the top of our head, based on a true story, as in based off a headline that we just saw the other day. We are pitching it to DJ Whodat. He's a producer at Owl Studios. Who? What are you, freaking owl? Owl Studios. So this week we are pitching a film where a New Jersey man finds $1,000 in money from 1934 buried under his porch.
Who are you guys today? What do you got for me?
Oh, I'll tell you something here. We got this New Jersey man, Clark Goodman. He has been down. He's a self-made man. He does everything on his own. You know, he doesn't like paying people to do stuff. And his wife has been just nagging him. She wants a pool, and
I think she should want something different.
She wants a new playground for the kids in the backyard.
I think she should want something different.
She wants in-ground trampoline. You know, it's safer. It's at ground level. You know, you're not falling off when you're too high. You know, you're only jumping 6 feet. So, you know, it's safer that way. So he's trying to, he's like, well, where are we gonna put it? We got this deck here in the backyard. We got no space. She wants this stupid trampoline in the ground. We'll freaking do it for the kids, and I wouldn't mind seeing her jump on it a little bit. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about. So Clark, first thing he's got to do, he's got to call his buddies over. He's got to call his buddies over. He's like, hey, I gotta take down this deck and dig this stupid hole in the ground.
Yeah. So he gets in there, and as he's waiting for the buddies to come over, he's going underneath the porch to make sure, like, in the deck, that everything's safe under there, that there's nothing under there of value. And he's crawling around. There's a lot of like cat turds and raccoon carcasses and stuff like that. So he's just clearing it out. But as he gets towards the middle, Clark finds like this little stash of stuff, right? Like it's like a little trunk, nice, cool little trunk right in the middle. Oh, that's interesting. Opens it up. Tries to open it up, can't open it up, so he's like jimmying it with the tools, and he's trying to be a handyman, Finally gets it open, but cuts his finger, and opens it up, sucking on his thumb, trying to get that bleeding down, and there's just cash in there. And we know we originally pitched this based on a true story, but we're gonna use some creative licenses, and it's really like $1 million, right?
Yeah,
it's like gold bars, I think.
Should be something different.
It's bonds. It's government bonds.
It should be something different.
It's cold hard cash. And and way more exciting than all that other stuff.
Should be something different.
It's all in quarters. It's $1 million in quarters.
Should be
So it's a
something
really
different.
really big it's in British pounds. All right. So now he like rummages around. Oh shit! Like I'm gonna go to the bank and convert all this. But there's like a little trinket, like gadget McGidget thing in the bottom of the trunk. He's like, "What's this?" He's like playing around with it, and it like powers up. And it transports Clark Goodman back to 1934.
Blowing your mind. So he gets sent way back. Town totally different. No one that he knows exists anymore. He gets transported back. He's crawling back out of this from under the deck. And who's there? Oh, hey dear, there you are. And, it's his wife there. She's like, I've been looking all over for you. Come on in. I just made supper. And so, no, he's like, what the hell? Like,
She's never made me supper.
Never gotten supper before. This is weird. Like, why are these trees so short here? Like,
Yeah.
Where'd all the trees go?
There's like no houses in the neighborhood. And then all the old cars start driving by. And he's like, I didn't know there was a car rally. And what's going on? And then it dawns on him what happened. So he takes there's also no more deck. That's the funniest part.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of lean-tos that are just like there protecting firewood. And so that's what he crawled out from under. It's not even like the nice deck that he had on the back porch anymore. So he hauls the giant trunk into the house because he's like, well, it's still money. Like it's still there. The trunk is still there. And so he goes into the house with this trunk and puts it in the basement, right?
Yeah.
She's like, the Smiths will be over any day now.
Somebody else should be there.
The Schwarzeneggers will be here any minute now.
that Austrian family that just moved in.
The Schwarzeneggers and the McLennans are going to be here any minute now. Two couples are coming over. So the Schwarzeneggers arrive, and they're like extremely fit, and they have their son Jan, and Jan is like, this golden-haired like athletic superstar. And then the McLennans come over, and Aaron McLennan is like this really like tough looking like Scottish guy. Like he's like a bad dude, right? But he like knows Clark, and Clark's like, I haven't seen this guy in my life. But like Aaron's like, we gotta talk after dinner. Like he doesn't talk like that. He's like, we go to talk after dinner, mate. Fucking, I'm Australian. Oh my god, I'm gonna just speak in English. We have to talk after dinner. And so they have dinner. It's real tense. Aaron's just like glowering the whole time. Like the wife is like really great to everybody. And so they wrap up dinner, and as he's washing dishes, like Aaron comes into the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, Aaron," and he's like, "Why you call me Aaron?" He's like, "Oh, that's your name." He's like, "But you always call me Mac." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "Mac, what do you want to talk to me about?" And he's like, "Well, you got the stuff?" And he's like, and Clark's like, "No."
Of course not. No, what do you mean with the stuff? What are you talking about? The stuff? Like Max, like stop yanking my chain. You had the stuff. You were supposed to take the stuff, and you were supposed to get rid of it. You said you had a spot you could bury it.
Yeah, exactly. And so Clark's like, okay, I'll take care of it. And he's like, oh, it's the money, right? It's the money. And he's like, if we got caught with that money, we're all going down. Your wife's going down. The Schwarzeneggers are going down. Like you got to get rid of the money. And he's like, okay, I got it. Yeah. So then they leave, and the wife, that night gives him some loving. He's like, what is this? Like, it's great.
What is love?
What is love? But like, like.
And he said, oh, baby, don't hurt me.
So his life has changed, right? It's better, but it's also like there's this weird tension in the neighborhood, right? Because everyone looks at him from the side, like they're a little afraid of him. And he's got this dirty money in this basement. He's got to figure out what to do with it. It's all in British pounds.
It's British pounds. So, he actually wakes up in the middle of the night, and he's like, well, I can't go out, in the daytime. They're on to us, on to me and Mac and I. So he's like, I got to get this out of here. So he starts, lugging it up the stairs and takes it into the garage and puts it in the back seat of their car. They have cars back then.
Yeah, he had a car.
Okay. He puts it in the back seat of the buggy, and gets the horse ready to go. Did they have horses back then?
1934, yeah.
Yeah. It was common. They're a little behind times, that's why.
They're on the country.
Yeah, they're on the, that's why, this is part of why they took the money in the first place. Well, he's finding out, was he who he's become? Was he in charge? Like he's trying to piece this all together. And, as he's getting set, we kind of get like this view from the outside, like across the street, stuff like this, like someone that's like watching him.
Yeah.
And so, he gets the horse ready and goes. He's on his way down the cobblestone.
Yeah.
How far back have we going on these paving roads?
And then the first thing he does is he rides past a car dealership, and he decides like enough's enough. Like he goes in and he convinces the guy to sell him a car for British pounds.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can go to England. I'll pay you 20% more than what the car's worth in US dollars. You can go to England. You can, spend the money, take your wife on a nice trip to England. He's like, okay, cool. And so now he's driving around the car with the trunk, or the trunk in the back of the trunk.
Which had to speed things up,
Yeah, like enough with the horses. Like we don't need horse trainers on the budget. So yeah, anyway, now he's cruising around and he's like figuring out maybe the best way to get rid of these pounds is just to like disperse them into the town. But anyway, like he goes looking for other things that he can buy for the house and improve around the town, and convinces all these people to take British pounds. And finally, he's getting himself an ice cream cone, and Mac comes up to him and is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, just having an ice cream cone." He's like, "What's this? Why am I hearing about British pounds floating around all around town? I told you to hide that money." He's like, "Well, I figured if I like dispersed it," and Max just gets furious and takes him down an alley. He's like, "You know what we had to do to get that money?" And Clark's like, "Yeah, I know."
Of course, I know what we had to do.
And he's like, "You thought up this plan." Max like, "You thought up this plan." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, okay." He's like, "We're supposed to, put this money in a safe place where it'll come in use later." He's like, "Okay." So he decides to just go to the bank, put all the money in a bank.
He just goes to the bank, and they're like, "Well, wow, this is a lot of money for the Great Depression," is what we're calling it right now.
Yeah,
but I guess we're calling it a depression because I don't know if we would currently refer to this, sir, as the Great Depression. But wow, sir, where did you get all this money in British pounds nonetheless? Have you just come here? Are you a rich
Englishman?
Rich Englishman?
And Clark's like, "Yes, I'm from England."
I am from England. Top of the morning.
Governor. And so then the bank's like, "Great, we'll take this." And cheerio, and he leaves the bank. Okay. He goes back to the house, and he goes in, and the door's unlocked. And he goes inside, and the furniture's all turned over. And like he's like, "Whoa, what's going on right now?" And he goes upstairs, and the wife is like laying on the bed, and like she's all beat up. And she's telling him about these goons who came in and beat her up, asking for all these pounds. And she's like, "I only weigh 85 pounds. Like, what do you want?" They're like, "Where's the pounds?" And she's like, I don't know.
Where's the chest?
Where's the chest? And she like shows them her room.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
I showed him everything.
Terrible flashback. Comedy of errors. That's just terrible. And so they just like left her there and said, you tell that dirty Englishman that he better come up with the pounds, or, that dirty Englishman, your husband, or else we'll come back here and we'll kill you and all your friends. And so Clark's like, he knows what's going on at this point. So, he goes back and finds Schwarzenegger. And they're like, "Look, guys, like I had a really hard night that night after I left. Like I went and got drunk. I forgot everything. What happened?" So they tell him the story of how like they were going to take the British pounds that Mac had and invest it
You do not remember what you are going to be doing with the British pounds? We're going to take the pounds, invest it put it into the system and the stock market, and we are then decades down the road, we will then be very wealthy.
That's it. And that was it. And so Clark was supposed to like drive up to New York. This all takes place in Pennsylvania. You're supposed to drive over to New York and just like invest all these British pounds, convert them and invest all these British pounds. And at that very moment at this bar, these goons come in and they like shoot Mac because I forget that guy.
We need someone to be shot.
They do something different.
Yeah, they beat him with baseball bats and he's dead. Meanwhile, Arnold is like pulls out a Gatling gun and, and it's And
He's
I
get
said
into the
Arnold?
chopper.
Did I say Arnold? I'm sorry, it's just synonymous. Anyway, so yeah, this is going way off the rails, but finally, like they kill the goons, but like one of them escapes, and Schwarzenegger's like, "They'll be back," and so they're like, we have to get the money and we have to hide it, and then we have to like just like disappear, and so they break into the bank, and that's a cool action set piece. Just the two of them. They get the British pounds, and they go back to the house, and they hide under the lean-to, the big, thing that's covering all the wood, and they're just like, and Schwarzenegger's just like, we've got to leave. Like, I want to go to California. Like, I'm just gonna leave California with my family. I'm going back to Austria. Yeah. Little Arnold will not grow up in this town anymore. Like, and so they go back. And they focus on little Arnold's fitness. Yeah. And so Clark is like, what do I do? My wife's beat up and brutalized. And so then he like goes, well,
now they just got to hide it. So then they end up.
He goes away, and this whole time we forgot to say he's an inventor. So they like go away, and he invents a time machine, a little time machine thing. He takes the time machine. He goes back one day, and he finds another couple living there. And they find out that the couple before that was murdered because they thought they were like, these people were looking for the pounds, and they were really skinny fit people. And so like, this is crazy, right? This whole house gets like turned upside down. And so then he just like puts this. He spends the rest of his life and whatever little money he skimmed off the top he puts it in the stock market, makes a bunch of money, builds a time machine, puts it in the chest. Like, he's like, can I climb under your porch? And they're like, yeah, sure. And so he's like, cool. And then he goes under there, rummages around, puts the time machine in there, and goes back to his regular day and shoots forward back in time. Yeah. Back to like the project of the trampoline, building the chest. And he's like, I'm just going to leave these pounds here. Leaves and starts the work on the trampoline, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. All right. What are we calling this movie, fellas?
But the neighborhood, I forgot to say this. In true time travel fashion, the neighborhood is one of the few cities in America that only accepts British pounds as currency.
Yeah. It's crazy. Because the ice cream man came
Arnold
by.
Schwarzenegger never made it because of the distraction in his life of like... Like, it was interrupted in his fitness. So, we had to, all those lines never happened because...
There's no Arnold Classic.
There's no
There's no Terminator.
Yeah.
The Terminator was Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Terminator was Dolph Lundgren. Stallone was the only movie star in the 80s. Yeah. Got to pick whatever role he wanted. Yeah. And American Fitness took a hit.
We're calling Jump on It.
I think it should be something different.
The pounds.
Yeah.
I think it should be something different.
Taking a pounding.
That's a good one.
Yeah, right. Taking a pounding. That's it. Cool. So yeah, what do you think? There's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to take in. I don't think this movie's for me, fellas. You better go see Christopher Nolan with this one.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. We get that a lot. We get that a lot.
I don't think the the general public's ready for this.
Yeah.
Maybe in another.
Too many amalgamations of ideas, too many genres.
Yeah.
We'll go back and rework it, maybe focus it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who you are. I don't know what that is, but get the fuck out of my office.
We took a bunch of darts and just chucked them at this board.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
All right, it's time for our final segment of the show where we talk about Australian news. We go to the land down under and we check in with our friends down in Australia, down in there. All right, this one, it's a little bit of both. It's a little sad, it's a little heartwarming.
Oh.
The best bra fence in the world.
Ooh.
In Mathura, which is a town 250 kilometers north of Melbourne, there's a bra fence and it attracts a lot of visitors every year. What started out as a memorial of one friend losing her best friend, to breast cancer, turned into kind of a memorial site for a lot of women who are either facing breast cancer, who are trying to get healthy, or for people who have lost women to breast cancer. So they just like place a bra on the fence. And it's created a lot of breast cancer awareness. And, there's frilly bras on there. There's sports bras on there.
And it's a place where they charge a lot of people with littering. No, that's
how they pay for it. But no, I mean, if you look at this fence is very long. I mean, it is 50 yards at least.
Oh, wow.
And it is covered in undergarments. There's a lot of like designer bras on here. Like, I mean, I'd just be out there be like, hey babe, look, I got you new brassiere. But no, some people will sign their names on the bra in memoriam, or the names of the lost ones on there. And I think it's cool. I think the one thing that's a little tough is like rain's there, so they look a little bit raggedy. Like,
it's a beautiful gesture.
They need to like spray them in like that acrylic
epoxy.
Yeah, epoxy. Yeah,
dip them in epoxy.
Yeah, just like hang them on there. Like that'd be cool because then they're not gonna deteriorate at all. So I thought that was interesting. The one thing that I'm learning a lot about Australians, especially the small cities that aren't quite in the desert, that 37% of desert, but are in these small towns, like they're really good people down there, man.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm learning about Australia day in and day out. Every time we do this podcast is like, that's where I want to live.
There's good people.
Yeah.
You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
That's right.
That's literally what people are they have to listen to that clip once a day, and they're just like, yeah, okay, we got it. Look after our mates.
That's just a bunch of women looking out for each other, and anyone else being, looking out for. That's just spreading the awareness, because in life, if we don't know what's going on, how can we do anything about it? So that's it's see something, say something. Things that happen, you have to look out for your fellow man, woman, and I guess in betweens. And when you find 1,000 pounds, 1,000,000 pounds under your back deck, you got to remember what got you there in the first place. That's right, teleportation, time travel. No, not teleport. Time travel got you there, and that's what's going to get your ass out of there. And when you're moseying around North Dakota and you're in the West Wing, you just wonder, why'd you open that box? Because you take after Pandora opening boxes. So when you're at a point in your life and you think you want to jump in, you probably shouldn't, because most people don't make it when they jump in. Those are some dangerous cliffs out there. You got to be a little more calculated. Try the Zorby method, maybe a metal shell with some springs, because when you go over the edge and someone's only going to give you a 2-star review, even though you made it, it's just not going to be fun. Woo woo! Recommendation station, where we are coming in hot, fast, and furious. This is the segment of the show where we give you guys a recommendation on a book, a movie, a TV show, a music, lifestyle, hack, anything like that. Today, what I wanted to do for this episode, I wanted to tell you guys about Barry. Have you guys seen Barry?
Who's Barry?
I saw the first season.
First season, was it a long time ago, or when it first came out?
Last year.
Last year. Okay. So Barry is Bill Hader, and he is like a former Marine, some sort of special forces, and he is now a hitman. Basically, he does jobs with his manager, and they take people out for people. And Barry's tired of that. You learn all this in first 15 minutes. He's tired of doing this, and he finds another love, and it's really dark humor. I love it.
So dark.
It's great. Bill Hader's fantastic. There you got Bill Hader, Stephen Root, Sarah Goldberg, Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
He's incredible in that show.
Oh, it's so good.
As an acting instructor.
Yeah. And my favorite, Anthony Carrigan. He played NoHo Hank. He's I think he's a guy with alopecia, and but he just plays this. He's this Russian mobster or some sort of mobster, and just kind of like effeminate in a way, and just in touch with himself, and he's just hilarious. But HBO, if you got that, HBO Max, whatever subscription HBO has, check out Barry. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I could get behind that. It's a well-acted show. I think nominated for a couple Oscars.
Yeah.
Emmys.
I think there's 3 seasons right now.
Yeah, but it's intense. Be ready for a ride of emotions because he gets in some tough situations. Oh, man. Good recommendation, Luke. I am happy to be here with you both on this episode, the 70th episode of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. Holy cow, 7-0, the big 7-0. Thank you for riding with us this far, and we hope you decide to ride us further than this. Be sure to tell as many people as you possibly humanly can. But I, right now, with all the gusto, want to thank DJ Houdat.
Hey, thanks for having me out, guys. I have a great time every week.
Yeah, just ease up on the trivia a little bit, man. Make us look better. Man, this was a rough week. DJ was hard on us with the trivia.
Yeah, possibly our worst boat segment ever.
Didn't fund our boat segment.
Any team on any day.
That's right. You got to keep us in check sometimes.
You never know what could go wrong on the Velocity Chaos Podcast, but you should be here to find out. You can hit us up on velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com if you want to let us know how terrible we did today. Or you can follow us on Instagram. Velocity Chaos Pod. All right, we hope to see you there. This is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke signing off. Thank you guys all so much. Tell a friend. Tell your checkout clerk at the supermarket. Tell them about Velocity Chaos Podcast. Just like, hey, you listen to Velocity Chaos Podcast? And they're like, the hell is that? And you say, I don't know. Never mind. And then you go on with your day. And then it just leaves that seed in their head. And they're like, Velocity Chaos Podcast, let me check it out. And then they'll see us making bad movie pitches. It's okay. It happens. You can't win them all, but we're here. We're going to show up next time, and we're going to do it better, and we're going to be better because you're better. And like we always say, when you're standing at the end of the falls, it sucks. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.